Everyone, ready? Ready, go! Vote for Grace Bank! 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 Order, order, ready? Vote for Grace Bank! Vote for Grace Bank! Vote for
Grace! Are you ready? Are you ready? Now looks like the right side is ready. How about the left side? You ready? The right side, you ready? Are you ready to re-elect Grace Bank to Congress? Say it again. Re-elect Grace Bank. Re-elect Grace Bank. Re-elect. 好，Alright, we're gonna rehearse a little bit, okay? We're gonna be chanting in English and Chinese, okay? When I say re-elect, you're gonna say Grace Bank. When I say re-elect,
Grace Bank!
re-elect,
Grace Bank!
re-elect.
Grace Bank!
When I say 孟昭文连任，孟昭文连任，孟昭文连任。Right. Next time we fire out, right? OK. 那我们所有尊敬的会长、主席、社区代表，以及我们所有社区的支持者，那我们今天来这边呢，是支持我们的国会议员孟昭文继续连任。那我在这边呢也讲一个小小的故事，那就是呢10年半前，孟议员还是州议员的时候，我就开始支持他。那我们看到呢，他作为一个我们华人的代表，不管在州议会上面、国会上面，真正的为我们社区做了很多。那通过不同的法案，他做的事情，就像我前2天讲的，我们的孟昭文国会议员可以在国会上面为我们争取权利，也能在我们的社区听取我们所民、我们大家的心声。我们要的就是他，所以今天我们要清楚的知道，我们今天支持某位议员呢，不仅仅是他的责任，是我们在座每一个人的责任。我们确保他继续在国会上面可以为我们争取权利，像包括通过的筹事法案，对吧？亚太裔的博物馆，各种的法案都能确保我们的权益被保护。
Grace does not need introduction. We know her well, but still we would like to share a little bit what she has done. So we all know she's the only Asian American female Congress member from New York, from our district. And she is the first vice chair Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus. And as one of the youngest Congress member in House, she is one of the most efficient legislators. And that is why we saw her bill passed seeking to establish the first ever National Asian Pacific American Museum in Washington, D.C. And that's why we always see him out there fighting bias, fighting hate towards our AAPI community. And she... Okay, sorry. I guess this looks better. And yeah, that's why we always see him out here. And also beyond that, she's a working mom herself, finding her balance between work and life and work and family. And she's a daughter of the business of small business owner. That's why she knows our struggle. She knows where we come from. And that's why in the past decade, she has been fighting for us in the Congress. And Andy, you want to say something in Chinese? Say something about Grace? Hey, Andy.
Right. 那我们接下来呢，我们就 掌声欢迎 ！Let's without further ado, let's welcome the one and only Congresswoman Grace Mann.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being out here today. We really just wanted an opportunity to bring together our Asian American family. And as you see, it's a diverse Asian American family. And yes, we are reminding people to get out to vote, but I really wanted to do this because I wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you. All of you, whenever me or my team calls, you're always there for us. You're always willing to help the community. And I just want to once again say thank you. I know times are really tough. Our Asian community has been through a lot these past few years with COVID, with the anti-Asian hate crimes. So much has happened and we have seen so much suffering in our community. But I wanted to take this opportunity to remind everyone that we have to work together. We have achieved so much progress. I just think one of the first issues I worked on was to get school holidays for our Asian children. When I was growing up, we had no Asian holidays in New York City public schools. And now we have Lunar New Year, we have Eid, and very soon, Nita knows, we will have Diwali. This is a big deal, guys. And that is symbolic, just a day off, but it's not just about a day off. With these holidays, all of New York City, all kids learn about our culture and our history. And that's one example of how we need to work together as Asian Americans. Asians are the fastest growing community in this country, but our voting rate, John knows, is not too good. So we have a lot of work to do. I know that anti-Asian hate has been big on our minds, and we've been able to work together to pass legislation, and we know we have a lot more to do. We're grateful to our mayor and our governor for giving us more resources to fight crime and to provide resources and for mental health programs, which are so important. You know, we are also working on the first steps to start an Asian American museum, and we have to make sure when we're putting this museum together, we're not fighting each other, but we're including as many stories and experiences as possible. And so I'm so grateful for your support. You know, I've been in Congress almost 10 years because of you. When in 2012, I had a very last-minute opportunity to run for Congress. I wasn't prepared, but you know what gave me the opportunity and the leg up was because this community came together virtually overnight, in 1 week maybe, and helped me get the support to be able to represent our community. And we have so much more work to do, but we have to make sure we are working to leave nobody behind. So I'm here not as a congresswoman, but as a fellow mom, as an Asian American, as a wife, as a daughter. I have the same concerns as all of you. I want our community safer and healthier, and we'll do whatever we can to make it happen. It's not always about political party. It's about making sure that we're getting resources for Queens. I tell Washington, even President Biden and his team, we all talk about infrastructure money. I want it to come to Queens. Don't just talk about it in Washington, D.C. It has to come to our communities. With the flooding and all the areas that need improvement, we want to make sure that we are getting the resources here in Queens and for our shared communities. So I just wanted to come here and say thank you. Let's give a round of applause to Andy and Evelyn. And my friend Richard Lee, who was helpful too. Thank you to all of you for being here today.
Thank you.
Re-elect! Grace Mann! Re-elect!
Grace Mann!
Alright, next very special person I'm gonna bring out is, you have to know when you visit Flushing, you gotta visit him. You gotta visit him first. So very respectful and doing a lot for our community. Mr. Peter too, and I will respectfully call him Uncle Peter, right?
我只想跟大家讲，简单讲，所有讲都讲完了。我们一定要出来投票。Grace 梦没有竞选的对手，可是大家要知道，那个对手就不存在了。大家要投票，我们把数字升上去。这个区只能是 Grace 梦，这是我们要维护的，各位亲爱的兄弟姐妹，不能再有其他的人出来跟他竞争。所以，我在此，我算是他的叔辈了啊！我在此代表 Grace 感谢你们大家，请你们大家告诉大家，星期二投票给 Grace， 我们一定要 stop anyone competition with her in the future. Thank you.
Next, we're gonna have as great district leader of Queens County, Nita J.
Ni hao, everyone. All right, we are here for who? I want to hear from you. Perfect. We all know what grace means to us. This community owes a lot to Grace Mang for last 10 years, what she is doing for us. I just want to reiterate that I know Grace personally since she started her political career, and there is none other better candidate who can represent our East Asian and South Asian community in Washington, in Congress, none other than Grace Mang. Yes, you can cheer and clap. Grace is fighting day and night for our community in Washington, for our women's health, which is very important, for our children's safety, which is another very important issue for us. She is also fighting for air pollution in this Flushing area. And we all know how polluted it is because of the LaGuardia airport right here in our community. She cares for our future. She cares for our future health, for our mental health. And that's what she is fighting for. And we are so grateful, Grace, to you that you are with us, and that's why we are with you. Let's elect Grace Mang once again, over and over again, not only for 2 years, for next 10, 20 years, because we can never have a better candidate than Grace. Who we want?
Grace Mang!
Who we want?
Grace Mang!
Let's elect!
Grace Mang!
Let's elect!
Grace Mang!
Good luck, and we are all together here for you, Grace. You can count on us, and we wish you the very best.
Thank you, District Leader Nita J. Grace, she said 20 more years. Right, so next we have another district leader in the house, which is John Park.
Hello, Congresswoman Grace Mang. Grace Mang and Peter Tu, and my Korean American associates, Great New York President Charles Yoon is here. Thank you, Dira, is my senior members. We have to vote Tuesday to Grace Mang, Kathy Hawkers, John Lewis, Edward Bernstein, Ron King, everybody, because this election is very important. It's for Asians' voice, because this election is very tight, getting tight. But we have to make up the vote. Especially, don't forget Grace Mang. She's our voice, Asian voice, all American voice. So she's our symbolic figure. Get out the vote for all Democrat, Kathy Hochul, especially Grace Mang, John Liu, Ron Kim, Ed Brownstein, everybody. Thank you.
All right.
And next one is who Grace just mentioned as well, and also a familiar face in our community, and also community leader Rachel Lee.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. So I just want to say, I really love Grace, and I think it's because she understands our community. She's grown up in an immigrant household. She knows the challenges and the fights that we have to fight in order to fight for the rights of our communities as immigrants. You know, as a mother of 2 young children, she of mid-sized children now, she understands, right? The mid-sized. She understands what it's like sending our kids to school, keeping them safe, fighting for education. She understands that, and she's doing that every day in Washington. And as an Asian American, she knows that, you know, when we go home and tell our wives, our husbands, our children, you know, be safe out there, you know, be careful, you know, stay at home, come back early. She understands what that means, because when we say those things, we actually mean it. We actually mean it, and she understands that, because our communities have been under attack for so many years now, and she has been in the forefront of fighting for our community. Yes. On Tuesday, we're going to go out there, and we're going to make sure that we send Grace Meng back to Congress, because she is by far the best that we could have ever asked for. Thank you so much. Everyone vote on Tuesday. Grace Meng.
Okay. And next is someone we all know in our community. Let's welcome 纽约华人总商会会长徐家鹏。您在哪里 ？OK.
Thank you everybody for coming. I'm going to speak Chinese a little bit. 很感谢孟昭文议员为我们华人社区这么多年争取了很多权益，特别是在亚裔仇恨比较严重的时候，孟议员一直在外面跟市长办公室、州长办公室、跟联邦一直为我们社区做了这么多事情，我们必须要一直更加支持孟昭文。希望这次我们以我们的选票给孟昭文一个很大力的支持，谢谢大家。
Right, the next we have another great leader from Korean American community leader, which is Charles Young.
Hello everyone, I'm Charles Young. I wear many hats today. I'm here as a proud Korean American, Asian American. We could not have dreamed for a better person to represent us in Congress. I was so proud, as was not just Asian Americans in our area, but nationwide, as Grace spearheaded the legislation against Asian hate. And she has been a tireless champion, our voice, not only locally, but nationally. And now she has also helped enact this legislation that will preserve our heritage, our Asian American heritage, nationally forever. So my hat's off to Grace. I have been a supporter of Grace before she entered into public service. I'm just a great friend, and we all have to go out and vote and make sure we cannot take anything for granted. We must ensure that Grace continues to represent us in Congress. Thank you.
All right, for the audience speaker later, can we limit to 30 seconds each speaker? So we're going to have a lot of speakers and getting hot. We all know we fired out, but let's keep it within 30 seconds, okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is our community leader, Harpreet Sindhu.
Oh, my friend.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First, pat yourself. You are out here to support our great leader, Grace Meng. I'm just going to go over a few things why we should not be even looking at the other person. Right now, the democracy is at the juncture where it is the people who actually got elected from the same ballot when Joe Biden became the president, they refused to accept the results. And we cannot let that happen. If Republicans come in, these are the election deniers. We do not want that, number one. Number two, women's rights. Roe versus Wade. It was turned over. We don't need to explain it to Grace what it means. I already spoke to her about my personal experience, and I know what it means when the things happen in your family. We just can't let anybody else to have the reins of power to control what we need and what our community needs. Also, the student loans, look at that. We needed a break on student loans, we got it, and they are crying, follow, gave the money. When the money goes to billionaires and trillionaires, and Trump openly claims, I gave you billions, give me millions. Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about that. That's why we need Grace Meng in there. And lastly, the Social Security is also online if we don't elect her. Right now we are standing right here in Flushing Library. The votes are open. Before we go, please go vote and go home and make sure that we come out and vote. And for who? Grace Meng. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. And next up is one of our Chinese community leader, 福建会晚会长陈昭仪。
大家好，我是美国福建会长陈昭仪。我只是希望大家出来，下个星期二一定要出来投票。我是内园的选区，我已经连续投了10多年。我是希望大家一定要出来投票。你不管出于什么目的，一定下个星期二一定要出来投票。特别在我们这里所有的华人、福建人，谢谢大家。
All right, next I'm gonna bring out someone who's really young, but not that young in politics. He already been working in government for years, in non-profit organization and community activists. Clifford Temprosa.
Thank you. So I'm gonna keep it very short and brief. Again, my name is Clifford Temprosa. We have 3 days or the next 4 days to really fight for what we stand for, to push for what we stand for, to amplify what we stand for. And what do we stand for? What has Grace stood for? Healthcare justice, women's rights, gender justice, immigration rights, labor movements. And so what we do, we vote. We come out, we get out the vote. I see maybe close to 100 people here, but let's talk about the folks in the streets to get out the vote. And we need to push that, because she's done so as a visionary in the community, as a visionary in legislation and in the community, and she's done so as a woman of color, and not just a woman of color, any woman of color, an Asian American woman. And so we need to keep her as an elected, keep her fighting for us. And again, thank you so much, Andy. Thank you so much, Congressman. And we will stay here and stand for you.
Thank you. Good job. Thanks, Clifford. And next up, our speaker is 福建同乡会会长陈恒。
尊敬的孟昭文女士，尊敬的我们普劳村的今天来支持孟昭文女士的我们华人华侨，大家下午好。我非常荣幸，我们认识孟昭文女士，我大概跟她的爸爸都认识起了。她的爸爸也为社区做了极大的贡献。在疫情当中，孟昭文都为我们的社区夺回华人的正义，为我们华侨做出了极大的贡献。前一段时间，他们带我们各个会长，就是去了白宫，还是我们大家的这个给我们的大家的权利去白宫。跟几个会员、议员都认识了、交流了，对我们华人夺回权益。在这里，我衷心的祝愿我们华人华侨在11月8号都来支持我们的孟议员。孟议员就是我们的家人，我们支持他，相信一定他会连任再连任了。谢谢大家，谢谢。
好，我知道大家都很想讲，但是我们继续保持在30秒，好吗？谢谢。那下一位呢，也是我们社区呢非常尊重的另外一位社区代表，以及就是中美商会的创会会长，我们傅林敏之，好吗？
大家好。大家好，我是傅林敏之，美国纽约中美商会的创会会长，温州同乡会的总干事。刚刚大家都讲了很多。这个孟昭文为我们社区做的那么多的好事，所以我们今天来的是要共同支持他竞选连任，国会议员，继续为我们的华人发声服务。但是怎么样才能实现这个目标呢？就是每一个人必须要去投票，投票非常重要。今天呢，其实是提早投票的最后一天，5点钟以前，如果大家还没有时间的话，今天可以去投票，今天就去，现在就去，或者是礼拜2，11月8号的投票选举日，那个呢是早上的6点，好像是到晚上的9点，有这么多的时间，所以我恳请大家都要去投票。为了我们自己华人的利益，为了我们华人社区在美国的政治地位，我们必须要选孟昭文。谢谢大家。
Alright, next we're going to have Anagan Shah from Laka Jevon.
First of all, thank you very much. Grace Meng, thank you very much. You are here to help us all the time. We are on behalf of our black car limousine drivers and the South Asian workers, and on top of it, we all Muslims and South Asians. We are here with you on the solidarity, and we just want to tell you that we are here. We have been working. We have started, not only going to start it tomorrow, day after tomorrow, we have already started that, and we are sending your info to all the people. So believe on us, and we believe like we believe on you. So we are here to protect everything, and we are in the good hands, we know, and you are in the good hands. So welcome, and be there for the next 20 years. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Grace, 30 more years.
We're adding the number now. Okay, next one is our 桃林区华人家长会创办人朱宝林。
Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, community leaders. We're all here to support Congresswoman Grace Meng for her re-election, even when she doesn't have any opponent.
I do. She does.
You win, with our support, fully support, because we're going to vote next Tuesday. And I know Grace Meng in a long history. For her family, and her son, my son, and her was a classmate, So we really appreciate her doing for our community. The two major things I like to point out is that she passed the bill for observation the school holidays, the Lunar New Year holidays for the communities. It's very great for parents and the students to celebrate Lunar New Year in Asian community, and that day we have holidays, just like a Jewish holiday. So another thing, somebody just mentioned the hate crime. She passed the bill. It's very important because the hate crime is very, very serious in this community. So we'll support her not only to Congress, but to the Senate, and the next election. Thank you very much. We vote. Bye bye.
Hi, thank you. Just like great community just mentioned, Grace passed the bill to build AAPI Museum. I think that's the first step for our government to recognize and respect our culture, right? Our AAPI culture. And next, very young community leader that I am going to bring out is from Nepal community. That we have a huge Nepal community that living in Usai, Amherst, and Jackson. And I just want to say, last year I have the honor to working with state representatives, first time ever in New York State, to introduce the resolution as May 29 as Nepal Day in New York State. So let's bring it out. Sona Gibson.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you. Thank you for organizing great event. And namaste to all. Namaste to Grace Meng. All right, we need good energy. Vote for Grace Meng. Vote for Grace Meng. Vote for Grace Meng. It's a great honor to be here. My name is Sonam Gising Lama. I'm all the way from Nepal, and I'm proud to be a South Asian, and today standing here to support Grace Meng. Give it a big hand for Grace Meng! Yeah. So, as you know, guys, we are really underprivileged in the White House, and whatever things Grace Meng putting on her effort to help us, our community, it's a great thing to us. And there should be someone who will represent us. All right? Exactly. We need someone to speak for us. We need someone, a voice, to listen to those people who is not taking care of us, immigrant people in the city. So guys, what I would like to say is that as a community leader for my Nepalese community and also a driver advocate, my job since I moved America has been always one thing, is to help each other. And in a way to help, I met this wonderful man, Andy Chen, who is our next government officials too. Yes, for organizing this great event and supporting Grace Meng. It's an honor to be here and support Grace Meng.
So guys, long story short, Grace Meng, I'd love to work with you in future. We have many immigration issues that has not been recognized, GPS, asylum, many things, you know. This government has their own issues. I'd love to work with you, and there are many things that a driver need a voice, and I hope you give us support to us. Having said that, I want to say goodbye. Once again, vote for Grace Meng! Vote for Grace Meng! Please don't forget November 8th. It is our time to show us and prove that Grace Meng is our gonna be next 30 years Congresswoman. Thank you.
Yes. 30 years. Yes.
All right. We have our next great community leader from South Asian community, Shah, Mr. Shah.
Hello, good afternoon. Brother and sister, my name is Shah Nawaz. I am from Bangladeshi community, but we are from South Asian community. So, I'm working with Grace Meng. I'm supporting her from the 2012, the first when he started his journey in this election. So thank you very much this year. People, please come and vote, because it is very important. That is count. Somebody say, okay, I'm not going, no problem, my friend is going. Okay, no, everybody should come and go. So vote for Grace Meng. Everybody say 20 years, somebody say 30 years, I say 40 years. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's make the bigger up. Okay, next one is our director from Asian American Federation, Joanne. Everybody knows.
Good morning, everybody. When I say Grace, you say Meng. Grace, Meng. Grace, Meng. When I say Grace, you say Meng. Grace, Meng. Grace, Meng. I want to thank all of you for coming out. Grace has been one of the most valuable leaders in our community, standing up for our rights, not just in Asian, against anti-Asian hate, but for small businesses, for our immigrant rights. And she is exactly the leader that we need at this point. We are invisible, we are still underserved, and we are marginalized. And if we want to get ahead, we need to get behind a leader who understands our experiences, who understands our community. So everybody get out there to vote on Tuesday. Flip that ballot for the racial justice questions. So one more time, when I say Grace, you say Meng. Grace, Meng. Grace, Meng. Thank you.
Thank you, Joanne. Thanks.
还有呢，下一位我们社区也是挺有代表性的，我们的社区代表刘红会长在哪？来。
大家好，今天我们来到这里，我今天讲中文，能够让我们感到骄傲的，就是我们唯一的华人的国会议员孟昭文。希望我们能够站在 Flushing downtown 的这个市中心的地方，能够告诉我们所有的华人 ，Grace 是我们的骄傲，我们一定要把票投给他，希望他能代表我们华人，能够在国会那边为我们的华人发声。Grace Meng， 大家一起喊 Grace Meng，Grace Meng， 一定赢，一定赢，谢谢。
好，接下去还有我们北京同乡会的会长张宝利，好吧？
Hello everyone, good afternoon. I want to say a few words. Thank you for Grace Meng service our community in the past years. So our community need her for sure. And you know, Grace is not standing for the parties. She's standing for our community, for our Asian American, for our people. So let's vote for Grace Meng. Grace Meng. Grace Meng. Thank you.
下一位是李天骥先生。
Hello， 大家中午好。我们今天来到这里的目的是什么？我们的目的只有一个，为了维护亚裔的合法权益，为了我们华人社区的安全与繁荣，请大家团结起来，呼朋唤友，带领我们的会员去投票，把票投给孟昭文议员，让他高票连任，好不好？谢谢大家。
谢谢李会长。那同时呢，我们今天有这个社区侨领到，我们也想感谢一下我们的市议员黄敏仪，还有林大丽来到我们现场支持我们。
So we're gonna recognize 2 council members over here, Sandra Ang, which is represent district over here, and another council member, first Korean American woman elected in City Hall, Linda Lee.
Thank you everyone's support. Okay, now I think we are almost to the end, but let's not keep the heat up and say something for Grace. And then when I say Grace, you say man again, okay? Grace, man. Grace, man. Grace, man. Who I want? Grace, man. Who I want? Grace, man. Re-elect. Grace, man. Re-elect. Grace, man. That's nice. Okay.
Right. The rally is not the most important part, right? What we're going to do after the rally, that's the most important part. So starting today, the early voting already begun. So starting today, talk about Graceman over breakfast, over lunch, over dinner, and do not forget about other election too, right? We have a Senate election going on. We have a governor election going on, and make sure we're getting out the vote. And sometimes it's not really, it is important, but what most important it is, we have to show our AAPI voting power. We have to let our government know that we count. But before that, we have to make ourselves count first by voting, right? By voting in every election. So that we were really going to raise our AAPI representation in every level of the government.
And let's everyone, you have a poster in your hand, let's put it on the poster, and let's say Graceman again. Go vote, Graceman, Graceman, Graceman,
Graceman,
Graceman,
Graceman,
Graceman,
Graceman,
Graceman,
Graceman,
Graceman,
孟昭文，
连任，
孟昭文，
连任，
孟昭文，
连任，
孟昭文，
连任。And just like Andy said, don't forget to vote. This is not the end. This is the start. Let's get our vote.
And also, before we leave, we also have another great community leader from South Asian community, Delina from Nodava. Good afternoon, Flushing. Do we have a new American in the house? All right. It's great to be here with our great Congresswoman Grace Meng and Linda Lee and Sandra Ong. Folks, we are probably one of the most pivotal time in our history. You know, some say this election is probably the most important election after the Civil War. Because on November 8th, our democracy is on the ballot. On November 8th, our women's rights is on the ballot. Our freedom working, immigrant worker freedom rights is on the ballot. So my friend, we must elect Grace Meng to bring the resource that she has been working on, bringing for our community, millions of dollars to build our infrastructure, build our education system, and also we must elect a governor, a lieutenant governor, and all the state, senate, and assembly. So my friend, get out, vote, and re-elect Grace Meng, all the Democratic slate, up and down, and left and right. Thank you. 来，下一位呢，也是我们华裔社区非常年轻的，今年也参选了国会第10区的竞选，好不好 ？Jimmy Lee。
Thank you, Andy. I have known Grace for a long time. She has been in the community. She's helping wherever we need her. She's always there. So that's why I support her. Grace, hope we'll get this together. Let's support Grace Meng. 孟昭文女士呢，我们认识了就说10几年了。每次社区需要什么，她都会跟社区站在一起，为我们社区努力。所以我们一定要支持她连任。谢谢，孟昭文连任。
孟昭文连任。
谢谢 ，Thank you.
Right, before we leave, this is what I need you guys to do, okay? Take something home from this rally. Take a poster, take a picture with Grace, and share with your friends. Text your friends. And I'm gonna tell you, if you take something home tonight, Grace has something for you too. Alright? She's giving you her continued leadership, her commitment, the results she's going to deliver to all of us here in District 6, in New York, in Queens, and in Flushing. Alright? So we're gonna take something home tonight, either a poster, share with your friends, your family, anyone that you know. Even share with your dog, your cat, that is fine too, right? 所以我们刚刚就讲，我们差不多。那接下去呢，我希望跟大家讲的是，我们今天出来 rally 呢，不是最重要的部分，最重要的是我们在每一次的活动之后，我们该做什么。那我们都知道呢，今年的选举，我们所有亚裔的票数可以影响某些选举的决定权或者输赢。那最重要是看我们自己要怎么做。 我们要不要让我们自己的票数让别人知道，我们亚裔社区、我们华裔社区，我们也是可以投票，我们也是可以影响某个选举的。所以希望呢，我们接下来还有3天的时间，直到我们礼拜天，那最重要的普选的11月8号，就礼拜2，那我们全部都要催大家出去投票。今天晚上，希望大家等一会儿带点东西回去 ，poster 带回去。 跟我们的国会议员孟昭文拍个照片，让大家知道我们今天出来支持他，告诉大家出来投票，好吧？
最重要的是大家回去和跟大家说，要出来投票，要为我们亚裔的票仓增加力量，好吗？
好 ，Let's do it one more time before we leave, OK？ 为一人 ，Graceman， 为一人 ，Graceman， 为一人 ，Graceman。 I think right side doing much better. How about left side? Yeah. 为一人 ，Graceman， 为一人 ，Graceman。The right side, 为一人 ，Graceman， 为一人 ，Graceman。孟昭文连任，孟昭文连任，孟昭文连任。All right, thank you all. Good night. Call your friend, text your friend.
我们要感谢我们的 AAC 社区巡逻队为我们保障安全。OK, thank you everyone. 等一下把这些
你就要